May gabi kaninyong tanan. Good evening. I'd like to thank you for sharing this time with us. This time when there is a disaster here. You have presented all the nitty-gritty. I need not really repeat what you have stated here. I was also briefed downstairs and on the way coming up. So, ang ano ko lang is, what's the gravamen? What's who's to blame? Well, one is, of course, the inroads of civilization and the fact that mining has been operating in this country uncontrolled. What's being done here is being repeatedly replicated in large areas of Mindanao, especially Surigao, Davao del Norte, and Oriental. We will have the same problem. They're all allied in the sense that there is no forecasting of what the weather will be for the next month, for the next week. Well, scientists could give us an idea of the frequency of the weather disturbance or climate change, but they cannot give us the intensity, the precipitation, how much of it will go down on the planet Earth, and the concomitant consequences. You know, dito sa itong pangyayari na ito, dubulwami kayo. You have the typhoon. And ang problema dito is the Philippines is the window at facing Pacific on the western front. So every time that you have a weather disturbance, it's always water, precipitation, and it's a lot of it, and it goes down. Ang problema dito, marami tayong, well, the roads and everything, but let us just go to a specific this time. Marami tayong problema. We have a problem with our mining industry. It has not contributed anything substantial to the national economy, though I must admit that we earn about 70 billion a year. And if you're ready to accept that as a profit, let us make it simple for the country. But in the end, how much do you lose in the process? The Walwal is a sad experience. The mining holes there, the door on the sides are the settlements, the habitation. And that is the problem. They're mining there, and then right after, in their own backyard, there are the holes there that it's an open pit. Sometimes it's drilling inside using explosives. That mining thing has really contributed a lot of heartaches for the Filipino people. It is time for us, particularly the DNR, General Simato, to take a second look seriously now regarding the dangers of the open pit mining. In Davao, used to be na yung butas-butas lang sa bukid. But then, as any other disturbance that you cause in nature, the water there stays. Whenever the rain, the rainfall in Davao is quite historically, it always rains during afternoon. Ganun ang Mindanao, Davao particularly. So puno yan ng tubig, plus the fact that there is no more vegetation and trees to hold the soil together and the rocks and everything. Typically, they are just the mined over thing log over, o ano yung naiwan, ito yung mga illegal is yung naminahana tapos they take over. And in Mindanao, as I fond of telling people, if you travel by chopper and go low, you'd see a lot of tansan, yung sa soft drinks na baliktarin mo, the cork. Makita mo yan parang maraming tansan na tinapon dyan sa forest or a second growth, whatever. And it's almost endless because a lot of people are there in search for gold and money. And to think even that I cannot give you an account, even though I was the regional chairman of the Peace and Order Council for most of my mayorship days, 23 years. I could not even give you the exact number of people who were killed there, fighting over the holes, the tunnels that they have built. Some are, well, of course, to the strongest. Those who have the guns and the goons, and that includes everybody, the politicians, the military, and in Davao, you can see those guys, former policemen who made it rich, but it's a very gory experience of killing people. Because I'm doing this predicate, kaya kung magtanong ka lang sa akin kung ilan ang namatay dyan sa Davao area, magsabi ko lang 50. Many of those are young people in search for the greener pasture from the Visayas and Mindanao, or from Davao region itself, going there to try their luck, and then just disappearing. Most of the idiot things that they do, if they quarrel over a tunnel, is that if it's a slope, they would just pour gasoline. That's sindihan nila, knowing that a lot of people underground. That's how cruel mining is. I'd like to tell you to focus on the 70 billion and the human side of the story of mining. Kaya dito, paano hindi sila maano? It's mined over. I think this has been a lot of mining there. And these mining companies sometimes leave a lot of impurities, chemicals and all. And they have that been really cleaning the place. Mark Copper, I think, is still living is what of poisonous material. I grieve for my country. And yung mga cabinet ko, pati the military and the police, know my sentiment about this. Kasi naawa ako sa bayan ko. And if I were to try to do my thing, I will close all mining in the Philippines. Never mind about the 70 billion. Well, of course, the finance people are the ones who would object first. And I can understand, because they are the guys who are tasked to look for the money, and big steal or borrow ka dyan. Mag naiipit ka, basta as long as they can produce money. But for me, as a politician, for quite a time, and until now, and maybe towards the end, in a few years, nga doon ang nakikita ko sa bayan ko. Insofar as mining, pati itong weather. Ang problema dito, hindi mo talaga alam. They can make projections from satellite and all, readings from the measure the heat of the oceans and the migration of animals, indicating that there is warming there and the loss of the marine life even. Because they use chemicals, cyanide. And if you have been to my place, I'd volunteer to accompany you there. This stream where the grids are, yung makina nila, producing the ores, and then to gold. It's black. It's not brown. It's not water clear. It's black. And those black waters would find its way, cause gravity, towards the ocean, to the sea. And that is why yung productivity ng sabi na fish in Davao, yung tuna, I would like to disabuse your mind. They do not catch tunas anymore. Big ones, the yellow fins, yung gamong sashimi, or the blue ones, they are caught, they have to travel outside, in the middle of South America, pati ang Philippines. You have to go to Palau sometimes. You have to go to Indonesia. One is that, let me just give you a theory, is our resources as a nation, both food and marine life and everything, cannot absorb or sustain the sheer population of the Philippines. That translates to hunger, and hunger means health issues, then education, and opportunities. Ngayon, dagdagan mo ng ganito. Ang tao, baski na how dangerous it might be, or it may present itself to him, would always dare to take the risk because of the economy. Personal economics, pagkain niya. And the desire to make money because you have to send your children to school. They have to eat and everything that you need every day. So we have a problem because every time there's a typhoon, it does not end there. Even the naming of the typhoon from the time it is spotted or discovered until the time it reaches the area of responsibility, then you have to make fun of choosing names. It does not end there. Once it hits areas that are, habitation is heavy, density, and the fact that there are trap doors there waiting. And dito sa bukid, it's mining. So, when you hear about a typhoon, automatically, lahat ng departamento sa gobyerno, apektado na. It's not about mining only. Mining would just be there to watch. But what happens next is something to reckon with. Death, decay, lack of food, water, shelter, health. Kasali natin. At it translates into, sabi mo ang damage is 14 billion. That's 14 billion. But then you have to rehabilitate everybody. The long term is the ones that we give now. Water, food, immediately. But the schools remain occupied by the evacuees. So the children's educational system or the period is broken. So it contributes a lot of things. Kaya itong sabihin mo, if you really want to, you have to gather them and tell them straight, you cannot mine in your own backyard. And so everybody will do it, and it becomes a place of habitation. And when there is water, it goes down, and because there are no trees anymore, it weakens the soil. Then suddenly, pag napuno na, because of, you add weight. Nature counts even how many pounds. Pag dinagdag mo yan dyan sa taas, including the vibration of the machines and everything, and the occasional explosion, which would shatter the structure of the soil itself. the soil itself is fragile. Putok-putokin mo yan, anak ng... It loosens its grip with each other. And when it falls, it falls. And if there are people in that town, mining is just on their own backyard or in their yard, ayan, dyan na tayo nagkakalit-silit. We have to, if we cannot end mining because there's a law, and to end mining, it is Congress who will have to abrogate the law. I think that we would need a respite period of inactivity dyan sa soil and even the watershed. Itong mga shit na to, they are occupying even the watershed. Supposed to be life without water is no life at all. And even the tributaries, the rivers, the creeks, pag ang soil niyan, pati plus the chemicals that you use, patay ang isda. Ang tao walang pagkain. They used to have fish. And that was before, when there was paradise as yet. But very early it came. I do not want to, I said, it leaves a bad taste in the mouth. Pero ako kasi may experience ako. And I got it from my father. I have to mention this because it's prophetic. I was a lawyer and my father was governor of Davao province. Wala pa yung Davao del Norte, Sur, Oriental, Occidental, Cumbal Valley, pati Davao City. There was only one huge province. The capital was Davao City. Once we visited Masara Mines, and for all of his humbleness, meron din nalaman ng konti. As every lawyer, a little of everything yan. Because you handle cases for mining, for corporations, ganon. That's the life of a lawyer. So he has a little bit of what it needs to be a lawyer. Though not a good lawyer, but if you survive as a practicing lawyer. When he became governor, I went with him sa Masara Mines. And he noticed that even the cogon grass, wala. It was bare. And he said to everybody who was with him, including some municipal mayors who accompanied him, sabi niya, this place will be infertile for the next so many years. Tama nga siya. Nothing grows there. At noon, crude pa masyado, using cyanide and until now it is being utilized. Ngayon ang sa mining, because yan sa Diwalwal, pati dito siguro, they are using cyanide and all, it poisons the earth, makes it infertile. You destroy the watershed, the source of clean water of the people living down stream, and you pollute everything. So what do you get? Is it really worth the 70 billion that you get? I know, because I had so many arguments with the finance people. I said it's a matter of correcting. Pero itong mga minero, the rich one, parang they're penchant to just violate the law. Because nobody was ever even arrested. Even if the thing is a continuing or a continuous series of violations, they are not arrested. They're just exposed by media, the enterprising ones, and the government would just call, investigate, and after that, mawala. Just like in any other, ang sentimento ko, ilabas ko na lang rin. Mga projects ng gobyerno. It starts with the big bang. May inauguration, tapos ganon. Everybody is invited, may mga singer pa, ang putang ina. Then, 6 months after, it ends up in the desk of the ombudsman. Why? Because of corruption. So, ganon. That's the reason why. Well, let me explain my penchant for getting military guys. I don't need them to work as president. It was not the military who placed me there. It was the people who voted for me, who gave me the mandate. The military has specific. The police have specific duties. Magtatrabaho lang kami. Now, if there's an aberration there, you want to change something, well, that is for, kung gusto ng military, gusto ng police, sige. You want to change, well, if you have the power, you can do it. Or the communists would overwhelm us, they think they can, and they're so stupid about it. They think that they can wage a war, 100 years of war, and we are now halfway 50th. Kami, sa trabaho lamang kami. But you know, my penchant, I said, for getting military people, is because when I order them to do something, they will do it without a debate. Kasi kayong mga bureaucracy, and I mean no offense to you, pag inutusan kayo, putang ina, makipagdebate ka pa sa akin. And sometimes, sabihin na, this is not because there's a law. There's a circular, gano. Kuha na yan. Forget kuha. Just do it. Kaya pa, wala ka, sunod-sunod ko ng kuha, may violation ka, wala ka pang magawa. Di mas mabuti pag gawin mo, total may violation ko na rin. Sila naman nakaalam kung ano ang violation mo. That's the problem with COA. So I do not agree with that practice of yours, citing circular, then filing cases against people. I know that there are so many corrupt people in government, but it does not also excuse me from being a little bit discerning. Na basta lang circular and point out violation of zero kasuhan mo, then you file a case in hindi ata. It's not easy to face a grab. If that is case is filed in Sandigan, you have to come here. I've seen a lot of people from Davao, poor ones, coming here with tattered barongs because they signed documents upon orders of the mayor. Wala man kaming magawa, sir. Municipal mayor lang ako, auditor. Eh, may baril, sir, ay galit. So they are the ones na ipit. Tapos yung mayor na yung leche, he goes free. Ganon karamihan eh. So mapabuti pa military. So yung sa DINA, so sila naman, halos puro Ilocano na ito sila. Nandito ba tayo sa Davao o sa Ilocandia? Karamihan silang Ilocano na because most of them, ang ating mga sundalo, karamihan mga Ilocano at Ilonggo. Yan ang fighting force natin. Tenga Ilonggo sa Cotabato, kill dito, kill doon dahil kaya sila yung mag-survive sa PMA, sila yung yes, officers, whatever. At saka mautusan mo. Pag sabi mo walang gawin mo yan, look, let's be, it's just practical. Now, if you have to do something, do it. But write the circular, whoever, sabi copy furnace, ombudsman, copy furnace, Sandigan, ito yung position mo at itong gawin mo. That erases bad faith. Bakit hindi ako pinigilan? Hindi nag-TRO sana kayo. Kaya sabi ko, no, I'll give you a case. Marawi. So, when it was time to rebuild Marawi, I was looking for somebody who had the aptitude to do it. So, I called De Rosario, si General De Rosario, because he was the task force Davao. And he's good, he's honest. I know, because I know him. Sabi ko, Ed, kasi I was presented with ganito, and the matrix was so convoluted. Nandyan, executive branch, dito, tapos dito, liaison, dito supply, dito administrative. Tangina, sabi ko, pag ganito sinunod ko, maubos yung pera, walang Marawi na. So sabi ko kay Dilosario, tawagan mo si General De Rosario. Pagdating niya no, sabi ko, nakita mo yan? Yes, sir. Gawin mo yan. Yes, sir. Malinis. Tapos may questions about legality. Sabi kaya mo na. Sabi mo ako. Ako nag-utos niyan. Hindi mo nila akong huli. Kaya huliin na ako. Magtalon ako sa Pasig River. Hindi na ako I will resurface in Masbate somewhere. Boracay. Marinig mo doon, sige, complain yung mga tourist na mga pinsan ko na mga Amerikano puti na went there, they complained baho. And I remember during the campaign, I arrived at Boracay gabi na. I was crossing the island of Panay. When I was standing at the beach, naghihintay kami ng sakyan namin. I was inhaling the air. Kung bako magtae na yung putang ina niya. Sige ako amoy. And so when there were complaints already from the scientific guys, yung mga doktor, ganon. Kung lahat puti lang magligo doon, okay lang sa akin. Tangina ko, bahala kayo. Yeah. Sige, ligo kayo dyan. You insist on go naked to the world and get all the bacteria there. Kung Pilipino, ibang istorya yan. Sabi ko kay Roy, fix and also I ordered General Anyo, pati si DOT nandito. Wala, sabi ko. Ayusin ninyo. Ngayon. It's clean now, but they say that you cannot really clean up the place with less than about 6 months. I don't know. I leave it to the three of them. If they decide to close it a little bit longer, hindi ako nakikialam sa trabaho. Alam ninyo yan. There was never a time that I called Roy, Attorney Tolentino, or DSWD. Yun lang yung sa distribution sa... kasi, ang andoon, ma'am, when they go there, I want to in this thing about politicians going there with firearms na naka-civilian. So, siyempre, matakot yung taga-gobyerno na magdadala ka ng that goddamn shit must end. I will not lalo na itong election. And hanggang kaya ko lang. I promise you. I commit to you that the armed forces of the Philippines National Police, and I will promise you a clean election. Walang partido. Mas unahin mo yung kapartido ko. Shoot him first para walang masabi. But be sure to shoot the second one, the opponent also. I will not allow anybody strutting around with a Armalite. No? Bawal talaga. And if you pass a checkpoint and you do not stop, at sinalbahan ka din sa warning shot. And if you think that you're a goddamn big-time mayor, kung mamatay ka, ako talaga magsabi, I was the one who ordered it. As a matter of fact, I said it in Baguio. Shoot. Ganon lang ang paraan para you think I cannot enforce it? Tignan mo, pag may 4 na 3 mayor matay dyan, sunod lahat yan. No way that kaming nasa gobyerno ngayon will take part in any cheating. I will never allow it. Kasi that ain't the way how to join the democratic government. So dito muna tayo, but we will have an expanded, I would need the experts. Maybe UP has some guys there. What we need really is a system. Yung system for each department. Systems lang yan eh. Now, each department, well, ang akin trabaho is every time there is a crisis, a typhoon, a calamity, it is the public schools who suffer because their place are be taking over for temporary shelter. Each province, ideally, or city, if we can do it, I will have to look for money, but this is just the way how to end it. The only way how to end it is to spend for it. That we will have relief centers, sanctuaries, na under the management of, I am quite satisfied with si General Halad. Maiwan siguro. Awa naman yung mama. Galing doon, takbo doon sa... If the congressman are... awa naman kayo sa kapwa ninyong... bahirapan galing pa sa bukid yung mga yan. Yung system na... It should not be used for any other purpose. Except really for... to absorb people in need of shelter. Fire, we must have one. And it must be able to self-contained as water, everything. Every other or every 4 towns all over the country. Kagaya ng gym. If you go to Davao, meron kayo doon. Maybe you can copy it really. I'm not boasting about it. Sa Davao kasi, hindi, sa Pilipinas, pagka bumaba yung taga-bukid, mother, father, children, pagka nagkasakit yung tatay, bababa na yung sa ospital. Walang maiwan yan doon sa kahirapan. Dala-dala niya lahat niyang anak sa ospital. Doon magtira yan, sa PGH. Diyan magtira yan sa mga trees, under the trees, kung saan-saan. And at the same time, expose them to the dangers of infection. Tapos, contamination. Kasi pagkasakit ng tatay, tapos na, ang papalit, yun namang nanloon na open, especially children, vulnerable. That is the very sad story of our life. So, ang ginawa ko nung mayor ako, madali lang man yan. Hindi ba ako naghihingi ng sarili ko ni minsan? Hindi nga ako tumatawag sa inyo ni minsan. Ilang years na ba ako? Magti 3 years na ako. I never called a single cabinet ever since. Diyan lang sa opisina. Tanungin mo sila. Wala akong tinawagan niya. Donat. Maggawa nga ako ng, nagdala ako ng 5 milyonaryo sa Davao. Tapos pinakain ko. Pagkatapos ko kain, sabi ko, yung masarap na pagkain. para talaga ganahan. Tapos dinala ko sila doon. I pointed out a vacant lot in front of the emergency sa Davao Medical Center. Sabi ko, kita mo yung mga bata. Oh. So may nakita pa ako na lalaki nakahiga. Yung isang babae, doon karga-karga niya yung bata. Talagang matutumba na. Natutulog na eh. Tapos yung mga lalaki ang nakahiga. Kaya siyempre mga lalaki, pagdating ko sinipa ko lahat, putang ina kayo. Hindi ka, labis ka dyan. Please. Tapos sabi ko sa mga babae, sige, kayo ang humiga dyan. Kayo, dyan sa karsada, magdasal na lang kayo na sagasaan kayo, tapos na ang problema ninyo. Ngayon, kung ang aking ginawa is, basta sa hindi ko talaga pinapano. Separate talaga, hindi family. Men, iba yung men, iba ang women. Tapos I built about 10 washrooms for the women and 10 washrooms for the men. Separate. Tapos yung cooking, mayroong iba kasi halo dyan eh. As far as Maguindanao yung makawawa yung maawa ka rin talaga sa totoo lang. Isipin mo rebellion, you might begin to picture something, pero kung mapunta ka sa amin, maawa ka talaga. Hirap na kaya meron yan. Kung mayroon kayo niyan, every other town or every ikaw, bugay ka man yun sa gobyerno. Ikaw, matagal ka sa gobyerno na. Mga typhoon, gano'n. Vulnerable. Yun, itong Visayas din. Ang ibig sabihin yung bahay, hindi naman every municipality magastos. So,
historical data, which areas are often hit by calamity?
Sigurado yan. You can count it by the fingers of your hands. The Samar is the buffer. Leyte, Cebu.
In northern provinces.
Itong facing the west side. Yung Cagayan. Ito ngayon.
Eastern Cebu.
Dito, hindi masyado. Kasi China Sea dito.
Eastern Cebu na itong.
Nandyan yung China, ayaw makialam ang bagyo kay baka kanyunin sila ng ayaw ng China, pakialaman nila yung China Sea. It's the western side, that's where the most powerful.
Eastern side.
Eastern side is the right. Your right hand is the eastern. Your left hand, face the map of the Philippines, your right hand is the east. Your left hand is the west. Vulnerable tayo dito. Dito sa maggaling sa the strongest typhoons in that area come from the Indian Ocean. Hindi dito sa it's protected ang halos ang China Sea, West Philippine Sea. Yun ang system and the prepositioning of lahat na. Kaya bagyo, pati na DPWH dyan kasi sigurado, under rescue. Wala man tayong ibang equipments. We have to call on DPWH to extend a helping hand. But what is very important is that what I did the last time. Was it the other night? Sabi ko na I was, nandyan si Belio, pati nandyan si Tugade. Sige, tawa-tawa. Sabi ko, puntak kayo doon sa inyo. Tugade, you have never been seen by, I do not think you come from Cagayan Valley. You are maybe Maranao. You have not been there. You go to your province and watch for the typhoon. Sinali ko na sila. Sabi ko, Roy, uwi ka rin doon sa So during the typhoon, they were reporting to my conduit, si Atty. Tolentino. So I had a good information. At least, what I was keep counting sa body bags ang nasa isip ko kung ilan. Buhay So, yan ang natin. Wala tayong iba except to prepare. We have to prepare because there will be flooding. aside from the strong winds and the flying debris. Wala yun. Yung problema, mas plus, ano ka talaga, kasto ka dyan. The damage done by the idiot typhoon, sinong pangalan noon? Sarap sa pakisampal nga kung makita mo yung ulol na yun. Tapos, may have to have yung health. Kasi when people crowd, you know very well that it's very conducive to contamination. Kaya at first, nandyan na yung medical, the first sign of outbreak, na kaagad ng karahan dyan, mga pulmonary, ubo, ginaw, maawak sa mga bata. So we have to improve on something like clothing. Mag-stock ka talaga, J. Alam mo, marami dyan. Tayo mo lang si Sid Lapenya, General Lapenya sa Customs. Puntahan mo. Sabihin mo lang lahat ng okay mo. Sabi ni Rudy, ibigay daw sa akin. Para and divide it and see to it that there, alam mo, I'm not, you watch out for pilferage. DSWD is noted for that. And even there's one TV network, kunyari may sila accepting donations, ganon. You know, I'm a living witness. Yung mga empleyado nila sa Davao, pinipili yung pwede pa. Kaya wala akong respeto ito mga lunggoy na ito. Sana kaya yung mga pera na doon talaga. Ako na mismo nagsasabi sa inyo. Nakikita ko Kasi may TV program ako noon every Sunday. So yung lahat ng donations na doon. Nandoon yung mga matatandang empleyado na sorting out. Basta yung gano'n ng pilferage. Better cameras can help. You have so many cameras, you can have one guard. Long as the guard is not also in cahoots. You have to, mas komportable ako sa babae. Na babae na utusan mo kaysa lalaki. Yun, we just have to adapt a system. Early forecast that's been taken care of by modern technology. So we are quite confident that we would be posted all along. Every detail. Ang reception ang mahirap. Pag hit talaga ng landfall. It's that's it.
We also need to consider the dredging of our major rivers.
Yan, isa pa ng siltation.
Because of siltation. Bulacan, Cagayan.
You know, Pasig, there was it starts with a press con, tapos with so many different speakers. It starts with the Big Bang, the dredging of Pasig. Ngayon yung tugboat ko na sinasakyan ko pag pupunta sa opisina, hindi na magkagalaw kasi tumatama na sa sandbar. Siguro, sabi na, sir, magbilihan tayo ng rubber boat. Okay man. So, hindi lang tayo mabasa. Desiltation is you need, I don't know, we will not go into so many, do not go into, to rumble on so many things, magsakit lang loob natin dito. So, ang akin ito, I'm really sorry, Governor, Mayor, that you have to suffer this kind of crisis. It happens. Kaya nga, always remember the Murphy's Law. If anything can go wrong, it will go wrong. Sigurado yan. So, kung wala na kayong question, hindi na ako magkailangan. You know the figures. Basta ang akin lang dito is what we can do about. Wala tayong magawa. Alam mo bakit ang Pilipinas hindi nagkulang ng contribution sa climate change? May mga tao dito sa gobyerno, climate change sa Melbourne nandoon. Climate change conference sa Tokyo nandoon. Climate change sa South America sa Brazil nandoon. Climate change sa Netherlands nandoon. Pagdating ng bagyo, ang mga putang ina, walang ginawa, kundi manood ng TV. Oh. Wait. Stop this practice of saan ba si climate change, walang nangyayari. Talagang walang, nobody's heeding the caveat. Itong Amerika, itong Europe, Russia, and China, may sarili na silang schedule na kaganon. Forecasted niya sa economy, they will increase their GDP, something like that. Hindi mo pwedeng babaan yung production nila. Ikaw, they will allow you, but parang ganon. Hindi yung magsirit ka tapos. So we can never really, kasi kung magtaas sila, taas ka, you're allowed. Kung malaki lang kanila, they would also allow you a bigger footprints, carbon. Unless there's really an honest to goodness. It's all conference, nothing. It's all gusto. Kung yun nagpunta ng 11 times, sabi ko, you resign.
Mayor, sir.
You resign.
Mayor, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Medyo nadala lang po ako dun sa pictures about the landslide. We would just like to report from the Energy family na yung pagpasok po ng kuryente while we are doing the rescue operation, may dalawa pong points na entry. Yung isa po na energized na po ng NGCP. And we just like to inform DPWH, OCD, the local government units here, na nandun lang po yung mga tao ng Benguet Electric Cooperative, no, para kung makakatulong po yung paglagay ng ilaw o ng music man lang para sa makarinig pa yung mga sinusubukan nating ma-rescue, at least we can give hope. And secondly, sir, on the system, we would like to thank you, Mr. President, because you signed Republic Act 11039, yung may emergency fund for electric cooperatives. And NEA, Administrator Masungsong is here. We are in the process of doing that IRR para mas malakas po yung mga poste natin at mas malakas yung resiliency. And on September 19, magmomobilize na po yung Region 3 electric cooperatives para tulungan yung northeastern electric cooperatives para sa restoration. And nakaschedule na po ito lahat. So sa huli po, our last point, we just like to remind everybody of the safety at nakikiramay din po kami doon sa mga nasalanta.
Yung nirereklamo ng mga tao, yung pagkukulang, is it addressed to your agency or department? And are you in a position to maybe solve that?
Pagkukulang po saan po specific?
So, sir? What's the shortcoming? What's the inadequacy?
We are trying to address the putting of kuryente power.
Yes, that is your area.
Yes, sir.
Do you need anybody's help to do it? Or somebody else's equipment and all of these things?
Sir, I already informed Secretary Villar na kadalasan po yung access po ang kailangan namin pagtulungan para ma-connect po yung linya doon sa gateway kung saan lalagyan yung kuryente.
Yeah, no. If you have to talk to other officials, And hindi mo mahirapan ka kasi sometimes they are busy, sometimes they just don't bother also because of so many things to do, nagpa-pile up. You can call Attorney Tolentino. Si Francis, his job is only to orchestrate, to direct. And he will report to me that you called and that his response was that. So that I would know. Ngayon, kung walang gawin, si Francis would tell me na walang nangyari dito, then I'd call the cabinet member. Usually, one-on-one yan. So sabihin ko, ano ba talaga problema nito? So I do not ask questions in public. Rather, inaano ko na, so what's the problem? What's taking you time to give the solution?
Actually, sir, minobilize na po natin lahat. No? There will be 20 gangs na may galing pang South Luzon sa NGCP para ma-connect po yung transmission line. Kasi yung power line, yung power plant, wala naman pong problema. Yung access po minsan ang nagiging issue. So meron naman pong dinideploy ng mga kagamitan ngayon. Tapos yung last mile po, lalo na sa kabundukan, sa Apayao, nandito si Governor, Kalinga, yon mahirap maabot. Access po ang naging problema para ma-connect yung wire papunta doon sa mga bahay. So dahil po dyan, nagtutulungan po yung mga electric cooperatives at yun nga po, when we need other agencies para makuha yung access points, no, para maabot yung mga poste, para ma-haul yung mga kagamitan, tatawag po kami kay Secretary Tolentino.
No, Francis can only solve that by calling the governor or the mayor. Sabihin na niya, Mayor, you kindly do this coordination naman. Basta may system lang tayo. But ako kasi, I have so many. Francis is just there to orchestrate. That's the system. Then he can connect you with the proper and maybe promise you result. Okay, kaya naman tayo dito, we are government workers and we are here to serve the people. Period. So, trabaho man natin yan, then let's do it. Any other comment? I'd like to, kung wala na, commend first the local officials, the mayor and the governor for their splendid cooperation. I'd like to special mention the armed forces, the army, who are there still doing their toil to help the people. At lahat tayo dito sa departamento who took the pain of coming up here. Sana mapunta ako doon pero ulan man. I said I had a hard time negotiating to penetrate. We were looking for a opening sa clouds kanina. Wala yan. So, nagbalik na naman kami. Tapos, sakay. But anyway, yes.
Sabi niya, you should be the one who should be commended for your efforts in going to all the typhoon striking areas. Kayo lang po gumawa nun, Mr. President.
Lalaki lang ang atay ko niyan. Trabaho lang tayo. I've been a worker of government. You know, I was a prosecutor for 9 years, doing trial work. Then I was a vice mayor to my daughter and a vice mayor OIC for 1 year. Then I became mayor for 23 years. Ngayon lang ako naka-receive ng palakpak dito pa sa Baguio. Itong mga Bisaya talaga walang biro lang yan. Trabahante lang talaga ako. I've been a worker of government ever since. So, yun lang. I have expressed some sentiments about mining. Kasi talaga, baski sabihin mo the best way is to, if there is a mining area, we do not allow habitation there. You can, maybe Roy, you can establish a parameter. But 5 kilometers away or 2 kilometers away, where you can build your houses. Pero kung magkot-kot lang sila dyan, sa malapit lang rin sa bahay nila, patay. Gaya ng Davao yan. You been there? Assign ka doon. Na-assign ka ba doon? Sa gabi lang kita nakikita. sa Davao City. Davao del Norte yung isina kampo mo. Ganon, that's a tragedy that has been happening and happening and happening all over. Surigao, Davao del Norte. One day, sabi ko, I will just have to confront Congress. Sabihin ko talaga sa kanya na we have to close the mining industry. Or better still, plan a period, then give Mother Earth a respite of the continued and endless digging. Walang mangyari dyan. Kawawa ang Pilipino.
Mr. President.
Yes.
Sir, as things unfold now, Typhoon Ompong could be recorded as the second most destructive typhoon in recent memory for the country. Yolanda was the most devastating. Damage to agriculture was 35 billion. As it is now, damage to agriculture by Ompong is 14 billion. Sir, I would be unfair to the people who have been relaying these sentiments to me. Your leadership actually, sir, saved a lot. Your decision to call us to that meeting on the eve of the typhoon really did a lot to prevent loss of lives and even property. And sir, the people would like to, sa Facebook page ko kasi sir, maraming nagko-comment. Please tell the President we really appreciate his personal involvement in the preparation. And even now, sir, we are not complaining, Mr. President, that you would call us at 3:30 in the morning to report to Villamor. We would like to express our deepest appreciation, sir, for your leadership, and the Filipino people are thankful for what you have done under these circumstances, Mr. President. Thank you, sir.
Pareho lang tayong lahat. Totoo lang. If you were in my shoes, Presidente ka, you do the same. Yung sa Facebook ako interesado, sino yung maganda doon? Tignan ko raw. Sige, ganun.
Asad to, sir. Asad to, sir.
Basta yung maganda, ano mo, di ba lalabas ang mukha niya?
May nakita din ako, sir, maganda kahapon. Sir, but you know, honestly, we're not trying to disparage the performances of previous presidents. Pero, Mr. President, ito yung first time. Pre-disaster, right after the typhoon, ito, bukas Isabela ka na naman. The Filipino people actually, sir, are very thankful for what you're doing. Thank you, sir.
Sabihin naman nila, misogynist ako. Because I'm inspired by the beautiful Filipina. Lalo na nito pagsabi sa Bagyo, maraming maganda, akyat ka agad tayo para tari not a minute longer. Pero sa totoo lang, it's 7:30.
Good evening, sir. In view of the unfortunate incident that happened in Itogon yesterday, Itogon Benguet, and to prevent further danger to the lives of our small-scale miners, and consistent with your instructions and directives to me about mining, I officially ordered cease and desist of all illegal small-scale mining operations in the whole of Cordillera Administrative Region.
Good, very good.
At present, there are existing applications for Minahang Bayan in some areas of the region. While we await for the approval and proclamation of these applications, we ask our small-scale miners to please cooperate and fully stop all small-scale mining-related activities. The Department of Environment and Natural Resources will be sending men from the Armed Forces of the Philippines and the Philippine National Police, part of our task force, to effect the implementation of this directive. And for those issued temporary small-scale mining permits for 10 associations composed of about 500 members, more or less, the same are hereby being revoked. That's all, Mr. President.
Yes, yes, Mayor. Go ahead.
Mr. President, 1 minute.
Yeah.
For those who will be displaced, the Secretary of Social Welfare, the Secretary of Labor, the Secretary of Public Works, the Secretary of Agriculture, as well as the Secretary of Natural Resources, consulted each other and laid down the groundwork for emergency employment assistance and livelihood. Secretary Orogo will explain some parts, including the DTI.
Yeah, I think, Mr. President, we will all converge together so that we can help. According to the report this morning, there are about 12,000 miners in the entire Cordillera. So we will be sitting down together and work on this and plan how are we going to, while the mining industry is still in closure. No? So we will try to help those people who will be displaced, just like what we did in Boracay. Thank you.
Mr. President, we do not like to let this opportunity just pass without expressing our gratitude to you. I confirm the statement of Secretary Piñol with what you have done with your cabinets, that we all together coordinated. This is the first time that the President of the Philippines, immediately after this kind of calamity came to us, down to earth, touch not only those who happen to be the victims, but to all of us Cordillerans. So in behalf of the RDC, the Regional Peace and Order Council, the different local government units, maraming salamat. Talagang abnormal po yung rainfall na binigay ni Typhoon Umpong sa amin. Yung briefing ni Director Karandang, yung average rainfall for September, 560 millimeters. Ngunit yung Saturday na yan, umabot ng talagang abnormal volume of water. Talagang it really causes a lot of damages. So, our words are not that sufficient to say thank you, and we will continue to work and support your administration. We have taken with the different cabinet officials the concerns of all the involved parties a while ago because of your direction. They can possibly report to you of what we had taken up in relation to the rehabilitation, to the plight of those victims, the miners, the livelihood. The city of Baguio did suffer 133 million damages and had given to Secretary Villar the listing of the damages. The other local government units had likewise submitted their report, Mr. President, to the concerned agencies. So again, maraming salamat, Mr. President.
uh, let me be very candid with you. Wala ho kaming usapan. Kahapon, I specifically called out names to be there during the happening when it would hit the Philippines. Yung kinabukasan, nandun po ako kami sa Cagayan. Yun lang po yung panahon na, but limited cabinet members. But that day, dumating almost all of significance to the event sa typhoon. And sabi ko lang sa kanila, bukas magpunta ako dito sa Cordillera. Kasi nabigay ko naman yung instructions. I did not expect really to see you again dito. But thank you for, if you feel like being with me all the way. I think this is the last, insofar as my office is concerned, another typhoon would come up. Pero wala talaga, with all humility, I did not expect na I just wanted to condole and to go there and to see what I can do. But hindi ko kayo, remember, I never even invited you to just to tell you the truth. Kung nandito kayo, it could only mean one thing. Ano kaya yun? Senator Roque, can you respond to my Senator Villar and Senator sabihin na lang natin totoo. Gusto mo ninyo. Senator Tolentino, this time you will win. But wag lang yung typhoon. Ibang disaster lang na minor yan. Wag ito because it involves lives. It's unsettling to one's spirit, to one's soul. Yun naman siguro. Ito. Si Nick Paildon has expressed his desire to run for governor, Mindoro. Governor Paildon. Do not be shy. We will talk about it. Si Senator Albayalde, pang 22 ito. Pati si ano. Tingnan mo, ako, sabihin ko sa inyo, there are 12, 24 yan. You guys, kayong Filipino, kinig lang kayo. If you want an advice, have some military men in this year. I don't know, dito executive kasi legislation eh. Pero yung sa trabaho, I'd rather choose a military man. Kapag nabi ko, punta ka doon trabaho, kaya si Roy, can I repeat my observation, Roy? General? Nung sabi ko, sa Boracay, sabi ko, you go there and you fix things. I'll give you 6 months. Then I also told General Anyo, tumulong ka na, sir. And so, Berna, sabi ko, ikaw man maingay dyan. Sige, 3 kayo. So, the next day, I think General Simato went there. Tapos, the following day, front page, nandoon na nga. Hands na, naglalakad sa beach. Masyadong close up yung picture. Naka-t-shirt itong si General, naglalakad, may kasama ang dalawa. Pero doon sa tabi niya, sa picture, may nakita yung dalawang puti na nakabikini. Makita mo talaga yung mata ni Simato na doon. Akala ko pa, inutosan kita doon. Magano, sige, tigil-tingin niya sa mga... It can be restored to its former glory. But remember this, a Boracay can only hold so much. Habitation, people, even yung sa likod, sinadya ko yun. Kasi kung hindi ko i-land reform, kukunin ng mga mayaman. Somehow they'd be able to, marami yung iba dyan, taga-Davao pa, mga official pa sa gobyerno. How are they able to get dance there is really a question mark. Because historically, Boracay has been categorized as a forestal land. Tapos, sometime, I think, during magsaysay, meron na ano doon, agriculture. But it was limited to the other side. So, yung ako ngayon, with Boracay, mas marami magpunta dyan, kaya magganon, cottage sa mga mayaman. But they do not have the water treatment equipments also. Just the same, they will continue to pollute. So, Boracay is so small, it's a curved one, it can only accommodate so much bacteria and germs. Beyond that, di kaya. So, it's really a fragile. Ako sa gobyerno, if Congress would like it, hindi, ako pa sa kanila, they would sell it, slice a portion there for commercial, tapos ipagbili nila. Then, to the highest bidder. And rice, it's coming up. I'm expecting it tonight. You know, as long as we control importation sa rice, there will be corruption. Yung kota-kota, corruption yan. Sigurado yan. So, this time, anybody can import. As long as we build a certain inventory. Sabi ko kay Manny, if this is the roof, ang inventory man dito, isagad mo. Total, bitawan mo rin na tayo kang compete it. Kung mura, marami na bibili talaga ng mura. Sabi ko, wala nang ano. And I'm also looking at other things. The more restrictions that you introduce powers of government, the more wrongs will happen. Sigurado yan.
We sit in the NFA Council. So, sir, we have proposed to the Council na sana yung importation, that the MAV that is given to traders, sana, sir, if we can impose importation of the lower priced rice. Kasi, sir, kung 100% yung import allocation and they import all fancy rice, wala ring murang bigas na mahahanap. We have been monitoring in DTI. Hinahanap namin yung regular and well-milled rice, sir. Hindi naman namin makita, so we said, our position in DTI, oo nga, we have supply, marami tayong bigas na imported, pero walang murang bigas, sir. So sana kung pwede, if we can impose na open to all yung importation, sana they will be required also to import the cheaper rice, sir.
Tayo na lang, baha na lang natin. Pagbili na lang tayo, itong sabihin mo, kung mahal rin nyo, I will flood the market with, kasi maraming talaga, maraming lusot eh. Huwag tayo na lang mag-import ng mura. Sige, hayaan mo yung inventaryo ninyo dyan. O tapos, ibaan ko yung people, ilan lang man mayaman dito na kami nga dyan sa Malakayan, sa totoo lang, yung may pagka-brown rice kami, kami yung puti na, minsan-minsan naman dumating yan. Totoo.
to our Philippine International Trading Corporation, sir, to assist NFA, and then we will bring this in sa mga retailers, sir, to be sold as cheap rice. I mean, lower priced rice for the consumers.
Madali lang yan. Sabihin lang ng mga mayors na huwag ninyong i-display yung mahal.
Yun rin, sir.
Depende, mayor. Ako, gano'n. Ako, mayor pagka gano'n. Puntang, hoy, huwag mong tuguin mo yan. Pagka obedient ang tao sa iyo, pag mahal ka ng tao, gaya, mayor, dumugan.
We have initiated efforts also. We have instructed our regional directors to tell the chair of the local price coordinating councils, sir, if the mayors can revoke business permits of rice retailers who do not sell regular and well-milled rice, and not to grant applications to retailers who do not undertake to sell regular and well-milled rice, sir. So if it can be an order from the President without need of the DILG, sir, or the LPCC, all mayors will have to follow.
No, ganito yan. The President should be the last. It should be addressed by the locals muna, if they can control. But I think that a mayor, worth his while, can do it. Sabihin mo, do not prejudice the people. That is public interest. You can always invoke public interest. At huwag mong pahirapan ang tao. Papahirapan mo ang tao, putang ina mo, papahirapan kita. Ganun lang yan. Unless those mayors are marami niya ng mga idiots na wala naman doon sa ano nila. Especially Mindanao. Wala, nandiyan sa Manila, sa Green Hills, pati. Diyan nakatira yung mga yan. They visit the city or municipality once in a while. Kaya I really, but this would be an alien to this, how we could really improve unitary versus federal system if there is no change in the culture of the Filipinos. Dumaan talaga kailangan ng spasm. Yung kasi ganito na, ingrained na kasi sa tao yung ano. Yung pension, every transaction sa gobyerno, ngayon, baski maliit, baski stapler, o baski gulong, meron talaga yan. But anyway, kung kunti-kunti lang, okay lang yan. But when you fuck with rice and other itong essentials na ano, dyan ako nag-init. Pero yung culture of corruption, unless that's a big question. And that is for, hindi tayo mag-answer niya. But not now.
We will closely coordinate with the DTI regional office how to do, as we said, please, just inform us when. And we will come very much that information and we will work with you.
I have here with me a good friend of mine, si Archie Po, who owns the Lion Air. He has a 7 to 7? 7? 7 to 7, malaki yan. To airlift, yung wala dito, pagkain. May mabuti na lang, may airport doon sa Ilocos. He has offered to help to use his plane. Pero bayaran natin siya. Libre daw una, sir. Libre una. Unang biyahe lang. Lugi na. And then, salamat Archie. Archie has been a friend of mine. He owns maraming helicopter. Siya yung tumulong sa akin noon.
Testingan mo itong bago niyang R66.
So,
R44 modern.
Ako ginamit ko ngayon yung King Air kasi hindi makalanding sa short runways. Maniwala ka hindi ha. Ito totoo ito. Nung kampanya, so that was the time that I really was able to tour the entire land and breadth of the country. May malandingan kami doon sa chopper. Di simento parang twice as big and as parang basketball court. Mag-landing ako doon. So, magtanong ako na, ano ba ito yung landing deck sa chopper? Sabi niya, hindi sir, yung basketball court. Sir, basketball court, bakit ganito lang? Kasi hindi natapos Kung ganon, may gusto akong sabihin pero mag-init ng ulo ninyong I'm not trying to be a hero, but I can only do so much. This is separation of power. I cannot intrude into mahirap It's unlawful, it's not allowed, and you don't want to create pero ganon. Marami pa yung dyan, yung kabulin mo yung itong easement. Malaki yan sa Cotabato. Bilyon yan. Baski yan na lang. Sampulan mo yan. Marami nang ukulong pero yung tapos ako pa ang kulungin ngayon. Gusto ipakulong sa tangina kasi patay ko lahat yung tangina, mag-kriminal na. Tapos ako ang ikulong. Luluko na. It's funny. Basta ako. It's not only a matter of drugs, their use of drugs. It's a thing that can kill a country, destroy a country. Ito yung mga anak natin. Who gave you the right? By what right do you have to harm our children? Yan ang sabihin ko sa judge. Mag-abot kami doon sa international court. Putang ina mo ka, judge. Who gave you the right? By what universal authority do you have to destroy my country and children? Kaya yan, druga-druga na hanggang to the last day ako dyan. And of course, we have to end as in everything. Let me thank you again, esteemed future senators, si Nick hindi tumatawa. Nasabi ko na yep against but who knows? Thank you.
Maraming salamat po, mahal na Pangulo, sa walang sawang pagsuporta at malasakit sa aming rehiyon. Agyaman kami kadakay amin.